Today, we're talking about rejection, and not only the fact that it's a part of being in sales and being a title sales rep, but really how should you feel about the rejection and what should you allow the rejection to do for you instead of to you when it comes to your business. So let's get into it. I'm Sarah with Texas Title Girl, and I post videos every week on this channel to help title reps just like yourself grow and scale your business. As I said, today we're talking about rejection. And while I think there's most people in the world who would say, I don't like rejection, in fact, lots of people say, I even fear rejection. There are a few people out there, and maybe you're one of those people watching today who says, I love rejection. Rejection is always going to be part of the game. Now, I look at the no differently. So when I get rejected, I try really hard to say, okay, what was the primary reason for the no? And then what do I need to do in order to get that no to be a yes later on? Because we all know, if you've been in sales for any amount of time, that most of the time, if not almost all the time, a no really just means no right now. And I know that's true because after 6 years of pursuing people and asking for the opportunity to work with them, I've realized that not only people want to be pursued, but we're sometimes slow to make a change for lots of reasons. So I think if you're in sales and you're really struggling with rejection, there's one of two things that needs to happen. One, you need a mindset shift. You need somebody like a coach or a mentor or a manager or someone like me. You can always reach out to me if you want some help or coaching. And you need somebody who can help you work through that rejection, drill down as to why you might not only be taking it personally, but are there some things in your practices when it comes to prospecting and getting out there and finding business that you need to tweak? That could be very possible. Because again, if you take that rejection personally, it might also have to do with feeling a little bit ill-equipped, not totally prepared, or not really understanding your value and being able to articulate it to people so that when people tell you no, you feel like they're saying no to you versus no to the service or product that you're selling or offering. And the second thing think you need to do if you're really struggling with rejection in this industry or any industry is take a hard look at yourself and say, I've had really good training, and it doesn't matter how many times people tell me no, it really hurts my feelings and I hate it and I want to cry and I get offended and I want to quit my job every time somebody tells me no. If that's the case, then you might not be in the right business. I'm not saying that you can get over it overnight, but if you've been in the role for years and it's really bothering you and it's still bothering you and it's always bothered you and it will always bother you, then maybe you belong more in an operational role or a support role and not out there hunting and gathering and pounding the pavement like those of us in sales tend to really like to do. I like the idea of walking into a room and knowing that whatever I'm going to get, I'm going to have to really work for. I like the idea of going into a room and talking to a group of people or a person one-on-one and truly trying to hear and understand what it is they want and being able to hopefully offer the solution to that. I also really like when it's not that cut and dry, when it's not, this person has a problem and I know I can solve it. I actually really like when it's going to be a really tight race, when there's not a for sure yes, it's not a slam dunk, it's not a home run. I know I'm going to have to really add value and really have my A game for this person to even give me the time of day. It pays to follow up. The money's in the follow up. You've always known that, but you can't be afraid of the rejection, because if you're afraid of the rejection or you don't let that rejection fuel you and take you where it needs to take you, which should be forwards, not backwards, then I think you're going to be really, really struggling in this business. You're going to be afraid to pick up the phone. You're just going to have to work harder for it. And you're going to have to be willing to pick up the phone or meet with people in person and ask for the business. It's very likely that the more times you ask, the more times you're going to be rejected. But I promise you, if you allow that rejection to fuel you, to get you excited and know, as we've all heard before, that it's going to move you one step closer to a yes, then I think you'll be fine. If I can help you in any way with coaching, mentorship, training, if you're brand new, or if you're stuck and you're like, I need some help, social media, branding, content creation, or just good old-fashioned scripts for running appointments, you can find my contact information in this video below and on the homepage, if you will, of my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. I'll talk to you soon and have a great day.